In this video, you will see what is the top 10 must-have units in this new quality of life update. And me last stand, yo. Every units in this video are all obtainable. I do want to know what do you think is the best unit in this quality of life update, and remember to subscribe and like, and let's get it started, guys. In no particular order, the first must-have unit is Red Pirate. Shanks is still the best unit in this quality of life update as he becomes a full AoE and will be able to hit both air and ground enemies at later upgrades. And at the same time, he gets a brand new passive called Conquer, where he will deal 2.3 times of his damage over 6 ticks and stuns enemies for 6 seconds, which is insanely strong. Red Pirate stats a max upgrade and max LR, 363,600 damage with his Conqueror damage dealing 836,280 damage, and his SPA at 10 seconds making his damage per second at 119,888, which is extremely good, especially he becomes a full AoE and will be able to hit both air and ground enemies at later upgrades. The best traits you can have on Red Pirate are All-Seeing, Glitch, and Avatar. Okay, next unit is Sorcerer Killer. Toji is one of the best celestial unit, and I hope he will get an evolution in the near future, especially off the rip. He does Hemorrhage, which is insanely strong, and not only that, he becomes a hybrid unit and full AoE at later upgrades in this quality of life update. Sorcerer Killer stats a max upgrade and max LR, 115,820 damage with his Hemorrhage dealing 162,288 and his SPA at 6 seconds, making his damage per second at 39,744, which is insanely good, especially he becomes a full AoE and will be able to hit both air and ground enemies at later upgrades. What Hemorrhage do is it deals 1.4 times the damage over 5 ticks and lasts for 3 seconds, which increases the raw damage to enemies by 10%. Best traits you can have on Sorcerer Killer are Glitch, Avatar, and Elemental Master. Alright, next unit is Animated Crow. Itachi is one of the most overpowered hybrid unit in this quality of life update, especially he is hybrid right off the rip, which will be insanely strong for raids, portals, and many more. Animated Crow stats a max upgrade and max LR, 284,760 damage with his Black Flame dealing 1.3 million damage with his SPA at 9 seconds, making his damage per second at 183,512, which is one of the most broken units in the game currently. How to evolve Illusionist to Animate Crow is by grinding the Marine Raid and trade the raid tokens for the evolution item, and I highly recommend playing with other players as it is impossible to solo the Act 4 and Act 6 without having a good team. The best traits you can have on Animated Crow are Glitch and Avatar. Okay, next unit is Gas Hunter. Smoker is one of the best units, especially with his full AoE at later upgrades, and he will be able to hit both air and ground enemies, which is extremely strong for long infinites in this quality of life update. Gas Hunter stats a max upgrade and max LR, 181,440 damage with his SPA at 6 seconds, making his damage per second at 30,240, which is extremely good because if you did not know, at later upgrades he becomes a multi-hit where each hit will deal 100% of his base damage, which is extremely broken. How to evolve Gas to Gas Hunter is by grinding the Marine Raid and trade the raid tokens for the evolution item, and I recommend playing with other players as it is impossible to solo the Act 5 and Act 6 raid without having a good team. The best traits you can have on Gas Hunter are Glitch, Overlord, and All-Seeing. And Shinigami, guys, they buffed it. Alright, next unit is Red Admiral War. Akainu is one of the best celestial units, especially he becomes a full AoE and hybrid at later upgrades, where he will be able to hit both air and ground enemies, and not just that, he also does burn damage, which increases his damage per second in this quality of life update. Oh my gosh! Red Admiral War stats a max upgrade and max LR, 227,160 damage with his burn dealing 272,592 damage and his SPA at 7.5 seconds, making his damage per second at 55,528, which is extremely strong, especially he is a full AoE and will be able to hit both air and ground enemies. Oh yeah. How to evolve Red Admiral to Red Admiral War is by grinding the Marine Raid and trade the raid tokens for the evolution item, and I recommend playing with other players as it is impossible to solo the Act 5 and Act 6 raid without having a good team. The best trait you can have on Red Admiral are Glitch, Avatar, and Elemental Master. Okay, next unit is Hero Hunter Bloodthirsty. Garu is one of the newest unit you can evolve in this quality of life update, and he became one of the most insane support, especially with his cripple and full AoE and later upgrades. Hero Hunter Bloodthirsty stats: a max upgrade and max level are 1,410,000 damage with this SPA at 4.83 seconds, making his damage per second at 291,925.46, which makes him insanely strong for a support unit with glitch trait. Especially, he may get more evolutions in the upcoming future. Triple make enemies have a 10% speed nerf, and enemies will take 15% more damage, which is insanely strong, as Garu is full AoE and will be able to hit both air and ground enemies right on placement. How to evolve Hero Hunter is by defeating the latest new map, and there is a chance for it to drop the evolution item for Garu. Yeah, defeat the last act of the latest map in Nightmare, guys. Alright, next unit is Green Esper. Tatsumaki is still the best heal unit, especially she has an insane range and slows enemies right off the bat in this quality of life update. Green Esper stats: a max upgrade and max level are 159,480 damage with her SPA at 3 seconds, making her damage per second at 53,160, which is insanely strong, as you can place 3 of Green Esper, and she's extremely cheap to max upgrade, making her the best heal unit in this quality of life update. Woohoo! The best traits you can have on Tatsumaki are Overlord, All-Seeing, Shinigami, and Glitch trait. Okay, next unit is Hei. Hei is one of the newest ultimate unit you can obtain through the banner 2, and she became one of the best ultimate in this quality of life update, as she becomes a full AoE and becomes a hybrid unit at later upgrades and cheap to place, which is extremely broken. Her Hei stats: a max upgrade and max level are 1,420,000 damage with her SPA at 7.5 seconds, making her damage per second at 189,440, which is insanely strong, and I highly recommend trying to get her, as she is so broken. As she becomes a full AoE and will be able to hit both air and ground enemies at later upgrades with her insane range, and I've literally spent 412,000 gems already and I still have not got her. She is definitely the best ultimate you can get from banner after so long, and the best trait you can have on Hei are Glitch, Overlord, and All-Seeing, and Shinigami. Yup. Alright, next unit is Baldy Sirius. Saitama is one of the best ultimate unit in this quality of life update with his insane full AoE and ability at later upgrades, which is insanely strong. Baldy Sirius stats: a max upgrade and max level are 1,569,600 damage with his SPA at 7.5 seconds, making his damage per second at 209,280, which is insanely strong, especially he will be able to hit both air and ground enemies at later upgrades, and on top of that, he becomes a full AoE and obtain an ability, and when it is activated, the ability will deal 32 times of his current damage, and the ability has a cooldown of 400 seconds. The best traits you can have on Baldy Sirius are Glitch, Overlord, and Shinigami. Okay, next unit is Flame Emperor. Choi is one of the strongest hybrid unit in this quality of life update, especially with his flame damage, and cheap to get to his hybrid since it will be helpful for raids, portals, and many more. Flame Emperor stats: a max upgrade and max level are 1,010,000 damage, and his burn dealing 1.21 million damage with his SPA at 4.42 seconds, making his damage per second at 502,262.44, which is insanely strong, especially on how cheap he is to max upgrade in general. How to evolve Choi to Flame Emperor is by grinding the new Hell City raid and get the evolution drop, and I highly recommend playing with other players, as it is impossible to solo the Act 5 and Act 6 without having a good team. The best traits you can have on Flame Emperor are Glitch, Avatar, and Elemental Master. Alright, next unit is Beast King. Beast King is one of the best units to evolve in this quality of life update, especially he is insanely easy to evolve, which having him as a beginner will carry you in your progress. And not only that, he is a full AoE at later upgrades. Beast Hunter stats: at max upgrade and max level are 317,000 damage, his bleed dealing 443,800 damage with his SPA at 6 seconds, making his damage per second at 126,800, which is extremely good for a ground unit as he becomes a full AoE at later upgrades. How to evolve White Tiger to Beast Hunter is by crafting Clawed Gauntlet using varieties of Spirit Shards, and you can get them from Gold Shop, challenges, and portals. Okay, next unit is Heavenly Chad. Jotaro of Heaven is one of the most strongest unit in this quality of life update, especially on how cheap he is to get to his high damage, which is insanely good for stories, portals, raids, and many more. Heavenly Chad stats a max upgrade and max FLR, 270,800 damage with his SPA at 6 seconds, making his damage per second at 61,800, which is extremely good, especially he will be able to time stop enemies at the last upgrade, which will be great for infinites. How to get Heavenly Chad is from defeating the last story act of JoJo Bizarre story mode, and there is a 0.5% chance of getting him through normal or nightmare. The best traits you can have on Jotaro over Heaven are Glitch, Overlord, and All-Seeing. Alright, next in is Sunwoo Bloodlust. Sung Jin Woo is one of the most strong units, especially he is cheap to max upgrade and get to his hybrid, which will be useful for story, portal, raids, and many more. Jinwoo stats a max upgrade and max FLR 542,000 damage with his bleed dealing 758,000 damage, his SPA at 4.25 seconds, making his damage per second at 306,000, which is insanely strong, so I highly recommend getting Sung Jin Woo since he will be getting another evolution in the part 2 update, so he is definitely going to be the most broken unit in the next week, next update. Woohoo! How to get Sung Jin Woo is by defeating the latest raid, Hell City Act 6, where there's a percentage of getting him as a drop, and how to evolve him is by getting the evolution drop from Hell Act City 6. So good luck to everyone who is grinding to get him. The best traits you can have on Sung Jin Woo are Glitch, Avatar, and Elemental Master. Woohoo! Finally, the last unit is Ichigo Mask. Ichigo is still one of the best mythical unit as he becomes a hybrid unit at later upgrades, where he will be able to hit both air and ground enemies. And Ichigo is cheap to place and does bleeding right off the rip, making him useful for story, portal, raids, and many more. Ichigo Mask stats at max upgrade and max FLR 175,320 damage with his bleed dealing 245,448 damage, and his SPA at 6 seconds, making his damage per second at 70,128, which is extremely strong as he will be able to hit both air and ground enemies at later upgrades, and he is a line AoE at the same time. The best traits you can have on Ichigo Mask are Glitch, Avatar, and Elemental Master, and he may potentially get another evolution, so yeah, good luck. That was everything for this video on the top 10 must-have unit in this new quality of life update. And Anime Last Stand, I hope this video helped you in some sort of way. Remember to subscribe and like, and I will see you in my next one. Bye bye.